What mommy wants, mommy gets. Prison's changed me.
Really? How the hell did you end up in prison, bro?
I truly know what Martha Stewart's been going through on the
Do you?
inside.
You do. You
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
just call me
Okay.
plug from now on.
Oh, okay. Fair. Fair. Should
What's
we
up,
reach?
dude?
What's
I'm
going
a
on, man? You ruined my intro. I wasn't expecting that. Jeez
I know
Louise.
how he does.
Hello,
I was
hello,
calling out
hello.
glasses.
Ophelia knows prison changes a man.
Prison changes a man.
Prison changes a man.
Simply pluggo. I think I could pull off the little scarf thing though.
Then we got HCW Sports already popping in saying Conan is insane these days. Sure is. Sure is.
Listen, Conan wishes he was Dominic Mysterio. That's all I'm saying.
Sure is. Sure is. But as I was saying, hello, Love Wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8:03. And you know what time that means. You know what that means. It's another episode of Between Two Beards. Pluggo rocking an ascot now. That is true. All right, Pluggo.
I got nothing. If you guys could hear me, I can't hear him at all. I don't know what's going on. Oh boy.
Rock and roll. Live television, folks. Rock and roll. I'm just going to bring in our guest because apparently the internets are going terrible all over the place.
What the heck just happened? Do we even have viewers left?
I don't even know. The anticipation the viewers must have is just insane.
Did they stay?
Pluggo lost power before we came on.
Yep.
Hey, finally. Jesus, what happened?
What the heck went down, everybody? What happened?
Popping in. Sorry for the delay.
We got to bring on the money because everybody's going to leave us.
There you go. Spencer's saying, I had no idea what was happening. Get your crap together. I don't know what happened. Thank you for everyone being here, sticking through.
My power went down before the show.
Literally.
So I'm on my phone, and my phone doesn't have StreamYard access. I have to be let into everything. And if you lost power, then we were screwed. And poor TFA is sitting in the green room just.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's what happened. I said, Pluggo, we got a big night tonight. I clapped my hands. My whole apartment went black. And I was like, do I have superpowers? I was like, do I have magical powers?
You must.
And then I didn't have internet, and it popped right back on. And Pluggo's falling apart here. We popped right. Why isn't your shit back on? It's been 20 minutes, bro.
I don't know.
Figure it out.
Listen, I'm not a technician. I'm not the.
I came back. You see me? I was gone in 3 minutes. I came back. What is going on here?
Outs of the internets and the megabytes and the terabytes. I don't know any of that.
Anyway.
All I know how to do is type boobies on a calendar, and that's a perfect segue for our guest of the evening, the third beard of this Between Three Beards, Taryn From Accounting. She stayed with us. She didn't leave.
I'm surprised. She was probably like, "What the fuck? What is happening?"
Amateurs.
Right now?
No, I every
Amateur
single time it had this happen, so I'm just like.
Last time she was on with us, with just me, everything died right before the show,
what
and
the
Alex
heck?
and her were just like, we don't know what to do.
Unbelievable. But we are very excited to have Taryn here.
Look at that beard.
I know, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Business.
And we got Goose saying, ever since the Saudis bought Between Two Beards, the show has gone downhill despite the boost to the budget. We'll be diving into that, I'm sure. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. But first and foremost, Taryn, how are you doing, pal? What's going on?
I'm doing so good. I'm just chilling. It was such a slow December for me. Like I didn't have any shows. I had one show on New Year's Eve. So the last day of December.
Yeah.
In Vancouver. But other than that, it was just such a slow kind of, it was good. It was good to rest because I didn't have many weekends last year, just to be able to chill.
Yeah.
But also I really missed wrestling, and I missed hanging out with my friends and traveling. So, hopefully this year starts to pick up a bit.
Yeah. And I can imagine, obviously, especially when you're traveling with the same group of people or, a similar group of people most times, like the camaraderie aspect of being in a locker room and seeing the people that you wrestle with all over Canada and where you go. You probably see a lot of the same people. Not on every event, but on a lot of events. And so that camaraderie, when even, it's nice to relax the bones, let them heal, let them chill out for a bit, but at the same time, you're going to miss your teammates. You know what I mean? You're going to miss your group.
And I travel usually with Steven and Michael. And honestly, we've driven 15 hours to Winnipeg, in the middle of the night, just horrible, or had to be at the airport at 3 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah. You're driving overnight. Yeah.
No matter what, it is the funnest time. We're just laughing and having a good time, and shit will go awry. We'll miss a flight, or we won't get to be on a flight. That happened to us in the summer.
Yeah.
Michael had driven to Vancouver because he was there for a little holiday with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So he was already there. And then after our show, he dropped us off at the airport, and they were like, you can't get on your flight. The longest story ever, but it was such a scam. Anyway, so they wouldn't let us on our flight. So we had to call them back and be like, we're driving with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you and your girlfriend wanted a nice road trip to the two of you, but we're just sitting in the back being the biggest assholes.
Were you full on obnoxious about it, or just?
Yeah. But we just had
what you guys doing? What you guys doing up there? Huh?
Pretty much. But we had a lot of Real Housewives downloaded.
Gotcha.
So Steven's also a huge fan. So we set it. We put his cowboy hat in the middle. We set it up. So, I mean, that kept us a little bit entertained, but we were like their kids, like they're idiots.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Gotta
That's
be.
hilarious.
Speaking of MRB, you're talking about Michael Richard Blaze.
Yeah.
Now, when you were on with us last time, I had you, or when MRB was on with us, I had you give me some fun facts about MRB.
This is true.
And sparked some debates on wagon wheels, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he was incredibly nice about it when I said, "Hey, let's turn the tables on Taryn." He goes, "Well, I don't want to go scorched earth." He's such a nice guy. I was like, "No, get her, man. She really went after you."
He's got a lot of dirt on me.
The only thing he mentioned to me was to ask you how it felt to be a member of MIZFORCE, and just you would know what that meant. For those that don't know, MRB, Stephen Crow, and Jack Pride were part of MIZFORCE on Raw, and they reenacted it at the end of LPW 9 or 10. I can't remember off the top of it. I've got all my notes or everywhere else. But you were there too, so you have become a member of the greatest faction in wrestling history. How did that come about?
No, that was like literally the most embarrassing thing I think I've ever had experienced in a ring. Like, and I've peed myself. Like, this shit was embarrassing. I didn't know what was happening. I never know like what we're doing at the end. I never know like what's the vibe. I'm always trying to watch him and like follow his lead. Like, what are we doing now? Because we don't plan it out like, you know, all the time. Michael's got it in his head and we just kind of follow. But I didn't know what was happening. So after him and Pride's match, they like shake hands or whatever. So in my head, I'm like, damn, like maybe he's joining clandestine society, something, I don't know. And then so he like calls Steven over and I'm standing right beside Steven. So I'm like, maybe he's calling me over too. Like, what's happening? So, and then, so they are standing there and I'm standing there beside them. I'm like, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden Michael like does like 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, what is happening?
Where you think I'm about to get jumped?
So they're like, they start saying MIZFORCE. And I'm like, well, what? I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I'm not in MIZFORCE. And I thought you'd be able to see my embarrassment and confusion more in the video. But if you watch the video, you can kind of see my face go from like, what is happening to, oh, I know what's happening and I'm fucking it up. Like, over here. But Michael's like not going to break character and tell me to get lost. And I actually, let me pull this up. I made this thing for, I think I sent it to Steven, or I sent it to Steven and Michael maybe. It's like this thing that I made. Shit, how am I going to find
Ta-da!
it?
I fixed it.
Took you long enough.
Oh my goodness.
15 minutes over here.
So
Wow.
I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in here, but it was just mortifying. But you know what? I stood there. I did my MIZFORCE thing, so now I'm in it.
Yeah, so when they go to Cage Match or they go to the Wikipedia page for the MIZFORCE page, you're on there. You're a fourth member. You're the, you know.
That's what it is. We have Lawrence hopping in the chat. Good to see you, Lawrence. He says, I can't believe someone would rock a fake beard on B2B. JPJ, take that thing off. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm not much of a graphic designer, but I made this to like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Better than I could do.
Not
Better
bad,
than I
right?
could do. Yeah.
But
You
like
just assume that your body's behind the two gentlemen in the front.
He was.
I
I was surprised, to be completely honest. When I reached out to him, I thought he'd be salivating at the chance, because when we did that, I did that completely blind. We talked to him preset. I said, "Listen, I'm not going to tell you any of the 5 things Taryn said, but she gave me 5 off the wall facts about you, and I'm going to throw them at you." And he goes, "Okay, fine." And like when I brought up like the wagon wheels thing, he was like, "What the, oh my God," she like went into the bag, and then like the couldn't swim stuff. And I was like, and he was like, "No, I couldn't do that to her. I don't want to." He said, "I have a lot of things I'm sure she wouldn't want to be public, but just go with this." And I said,
That's so funny. Well, that's
you're a saint.
him.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a sweetheart of a man.
He could have thrown me under the bus. That's
Absolutely. 100%. He
But
could.
why would he do that to the best beard on this program?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, though. I don't have a lot of shame, and that's like just the truth of it. So he could have said a lot, but I'd have survived.
Yeah. And I think that's a good mindset to have. Not, I very much feel like I don't have a lot of shame. So, people will say, "Oh, man," and I'm like, yeah, I did. That happened. Yeah, whatever. That was in the moment. I fucking did it. It is what it is.
If any of our longtime viewers have watched this program, they know I don't have any shame either.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think,
Can you imagine living your life with we should all have some shame. I think that keeps us
grounded,
humble,
maybe humble. Yeah.
But can you imagine living your life? Oh my God. Did I say that? Did I do that? I used to be like that.
Yeah. And I think we all have spells. We all have spells where we're probably like that. We're overthinking certain things, and it's just okay, but it's at the end of the day, it's you make a choice. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You kind of,
you know what somebody told me, and this really rang true, is when you think back and you're like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. People are thinking about that. And I embarrassed myself in front of these people. Can you think of one person, and can you think of something embarrassing that they've done?
Yeah.
Not really.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe a little, but I really have to dig in the back of my mind. So I bet you if somebody thought about me, maybe they could come up with a few embarrassing, but not as much as I beat myself up over I can't believe it. I can't think of something super embarrassing that that people I know have done.
Yeah.
People aren't paying attention. Nobody cares.
Oh, he's in the chat, which means you got to give him one. Ecto guy's here.
Yeah, Ecto guy says, I'm so stupid moments all the time.
But she's get out of here, Alex.
Bye, Alex. Get out of here.
Peace out of here. And then we got Laura.
We all do.
Yeah, Spencer says, I'm sure JBJ and I could pull some stories from our Vegas trip. Probably. But again, I'd be yeah, it happened. It is what it is.
I do dumb stuff all the time.
Exactly. And maybe that's just because I think I know I'm and I don't mean this not self-deprecating, but I'm an idiot. Not a bad idiot, but I'm an idiot. So I do stuff all the time where I'll say out loud to myself, Joe, you fucking idiot. Or Joe, you moron. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
All the you know what I mean? That's just
the best part for me is I have a know when I do something dumb detector, because my wife gives me the this. It's and I go, you married it? What?
Yeah, you
I bought this today for the show. And she goes, why do you need a bandana? And I said, I got to do the Dominic.
See, that's the investment right there, gang. You see that? He bought that for the first minute of this show before we disappeared off the face of the earth.
Martha.
He did it.
And it didn't even land with me.
Dom,
not because it's not awesome, just because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Dominic Mysterio went to prison, and he is a changed man. He has a teardrop tattoo. He was there for 4 hours. He has a teardrop tattoo.
Best thing in wrestling.
It's hilarious. There were people shitting on it, and look at social media with wrestling. There's going to be people that shit on everything, no matter what. That's just how it goes. That shit is hilarious. I laugh my ass off at that whole sequence on Monday night. And last week, I find this to be the level of funny where I appreciate it because it's so funny to me.
My favorite thing, if you get the chance, Terry, go to my Facebook
we got Zach and Dominic.
And I posted that Dominic Mysterio is the toughest SOB in wrestling history. And I love all my fans and I appreciate all of them dearly, but there was a few that explained how the prison system works. And I was like, come on.
We're talking about pro wrestling, guys. Relax. I'm not trying to get in a heated debate. Do you have a fake teardrop tattoo?
Do I need to?
Yeah, just draw it. You got to take that shit off before work tomorrow, though. People look at you funny.
So speaking of regrets and things, this week has been nuts. We talked at the top about it before shit went haywire. But we all thought that this thing we love dearly, the biggest wrestling company, was about to die.
Yeah, it was scary.
As a wrestler, Taryn, you had to have, you told me you don't keep up on all of it throughout but you had to have caught some glimpses of WWE potentially being sold to Saudi Arabia.
I did. We were actually, I was like, okay, I better know, kind of. But I did. I saw it all over Twitter. And I mean, honestly, it would suck because, like, yeah, Saudi Arabia, but it also would have like added like another element of interest for me. I need that juice. I need that gossip. I need that
that Real Housewives vibe.
Exactly. Like,
and that's what it feels like. It feels like Vince came back. So he comes back. He says, "I'm coming back," and nobody can really tell him no.
yeah.
So he comes back. He gets people removed from the board, puts people on there that he wants on the board. Day later, or like a couple days later, Stephanie resigns. Gone. See you later.
Yeah.
And then hours later, a couple reputable people, by the way, like not just ham and eggers like Pluggo and I, like actual reputable people who I respect, put on Twitter that not final, but what I'm hearing is they sold to Saudi. It's going to go private again. And then, and we were talking about it before, you know how Twitter can be. It was just like shitstorm. Like just everywhere, and everyone's having an opinion. People are upset. People are angry. People are like, oh my God. There's people talking about Sami Zayn and like the future of like some of the superstars. And it turned into mass hysteria.
Yeah.
And then, the next morning, WWE comes out and says, yeah, not true. We're not doing that. But there are some people that still think, no, it's going to happen. They're just going to announce it down the line. And now there's people saying Comcast is interested. Disney is interested. So it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to WWE potentially selling selling pretty soon.
Does that mean like it's not on, what is it on now, Fox? It's not like a Fox. It wouldn't be a Fox thing?
Well, the rights deals are through the end of this year. So they need to re-sign the rights deals, which they'll do in 2023, but they won't go into effect until 2024. So obviously, if they sold to Saudi Arabia, that would bring in a lot of different things because the Saudi Arabia group also owns the Live Golf Tour, which is a golf tour that has a lot of big name professional golfers on it. And they couldn't get media rights in the United States because nobody wants to work with the Saudis because they're not good. They're evil, murder. Yeah. They're bad people.
Yeah.
And that would make me think, and the rumor was that they would go back private, but that would make me think that there would be a possibility that if that were to happen, some of these big networks, if you're going to, you can make money showing a golf tour with big names. So why, if you're going to say no to that, would you be like, yeah, no, we're good over here too. We're not going to, I don't want you on my network. I don't want to work with you guys. And that would be weird because then what do you do? But then there's a lot of people that were like, they're going to sell to Saudi and that's going to be the end of WWE. Like it's going to be over.
I mean,
over. Because a lot of again, this was the massive shitstorm that happened, but like a lot of people were like, well, the wrestlers will quit. Like the wrestlers will be like, I'm good. If you're selling to them, like I'm out. I'm not staying here.
Yeah. And that's really easy for a lot of them to say. And I believe that some of them would. Like Sami Zayn, obviously, I believe would. I don't believe a lot of them would. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. And it's not just like wrestlers in general. It's people in general. People in general will kind of always do what's best for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from a strictly analytical accounting standpoint, what do you think is the best interest of WWE? But I find that interesting, like, because I mean, you're in the wrestling business, the industry. You probably have friends that are maybe in the WWE or have gotten close, and like that's a lot of people's dreams. Like if that thing gets sold, especially to Saudi, which again has come out to be not true, but it really set the world a storm like the last couple of days. So we definitely needed to talk about it. Like, I just can't imagine like what would be going through, because that changes the landscape of everything. And if all these wrestlers did walk out and leave, then that changes the independent landscape theoretically as well. It's just a crazy scene. Like, is that one of your, like, you ever think in the back of your mind that maybe I'd make it to the WWE one day? Or is that just like, you're just see where this journey takes you, and then if that was your goal, would that have like maybe made you rethink that goal?
I mean, that's never really been my goal. It's not like something I would spit in the face of. Like, I've gone and done extra work for the WWE, and you kind of always do that to network and get to know people. And so, like, I'd be lying if I said, like, no, it's definitely not my goal, but it would be cool. But if they were sold, I don't think, I mean, and this is coming from somebody who it's already not my goal. So I can't put myself in the mindset of like, that's where I want to be. If they sold to Saudi, I would still do it. Cause like in my mind and in my heart, I would just say like, no, but I'm not in that position. So I don't know, like no judgment to other people. I'm not in that position. Would I, wouldn't I? In my mind right now, because I don't want to be in the because it's not my goal to be in the WWE, I would say no.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm not trying to sit here like I got morals. I don't.
Oh, we got
no
Darren
shame
Mason
in our game here on Beards.
No, we got Darren Mason saying, "What's up, howdy, friend?" We got Dustin saying Disney could be a good choice. They have the money, huge merchandise capabilities, media, as in TV and movies and streaming, possible theme park integration. Wow, WWE land at Disney World or something. Maybe. Oh, Pluggo's gone. See you later. Just to name I know it's a 2-person show now. Just to name a few benefits of them potentially owning it. We got the Canadian Goose that says WWE have kind of proven they can't be taken at their word. Even after Vince came back, Stephanie did a conference call with all the employees and said, despite Vince returning, the current management team of Steph, Hunter, and Nick Khan will continue on. Then Steph resigned 2 days later.
You know what? It's one evil company owning another evil company. Like,
and then Zach says the mouse is powerful enough. The mouse is powerful enough. I think we got Pluggo back here. Pluggo.
Yeah. I think tonight we're just gonna rock the phone. I can't.
All right.
The computer's an issue. You know, you had me at theme park though, Dustin. That makes me wonder what would be some really awesome WWE themed rides. Like you get clothesline.
Well, they would have to bring, they'd have to bring back Space Mountain and just theme it for Flair. Like it'd have to be Flair's ride, right? Because that was the. But imagine a WWE like
going through there like this.
I don't want my
kids slapping your chest.
No, not me. I'd be hiding.
I mean, it seems like a sale is coming. That's what it seems like. Again, just the way everything went down, it was a wild Tuesday evening. Like the Twitter, I was trying to, it was night. I'm old. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, all hell's breaking loose in wrestling Twitter. Like, damn it. I got to see what's going on. Because then you start, and like, I think I tweeted at one point because there were people really talking about how if Saudi buys them, it's the end. And I said, hey, like, I feel like something I've loved my whole life is about to disappear. You know what I mean? Or is about to die, you know? And I was like, I'm 37. I've been watching wrestling for 30 years. And for the majority of it being where I live and stuff like that, I've been watching WWE for 30 years. You know what I mean? And just the ominous vibe and just the people saying some of the stuff they were saying on Twitter, I felt like we were all kind of in that, like, you know, our WWE fans and stuff like that were on Twitter were all kind of like, holy shit, is this it? Is this possibly it? And it was just a weird dialogue and a weird feeling. It was crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of a sad thought. Like, you know, as much as like I don't watch the WWE very much, like you said, like I've been watching it since I was 5.
I would say for most people, even if you're not a fan of it, for most people, that is the introduction for a lot of people to wrestling was WWE. They were the biggest ball game in the yard. They at one, you know, especially for, you know, North Americans at one point. Oh boy, he's back. Trying it one more time. One more time. For, you know, I can only speak to my experience, but when I was a youngster starting to watch wrestling, the only things that you could regularly see on television were WCW or WWE. Those were, you know, and WWE was the biggest, the most Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, all these larger than life people. And that's probably for a lot of people, WWE was their introduction or the first time they ever saw wrestling. And so it's crazy to think about potentially that not being around, even though now we are in a world where there are a bunch of different alternatives, and you can have fans that are like, yeah, I'm a huge wrestling fan, but I don't watch WWE. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Whereas if you would have said that maybe 30 years ago, they'd be like, what do you mean? What do you watch? What? Huh? You know?
Isn't there like a saying? I can't like remember exactly what it is, but it's like something along the lines of like watching, if you get so much power, like anything or anyone if they don't die, you'll eventually see them fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. That's the term I know that as.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what I'm thinking, but maybe. But like, there's like this thing, and I can't remember what it is, but it's that idea of like everything. You will see if it can get big enough, it will fail and it will fall, and that's maybe what we're seeing now. And I think, I'm like a little bit like there's corruption, and I hate corruption. I hate the fact that that's exactly it.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, the more that we're seeing behind the veil or whatever you might say, it's kind of like, it's nasty.
Yeah.
And this is just coming from my perspective. Like I have no like love for the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No. All right. So, yeah. And then Bebe's referenced a few times. There was actually news that came out today. I don't know much about the website that reported it, so I don't know if it is a reputable site, but there were news that came out today that said the Khans do have interest in potentially looking into buying WWE, which would be, it won't happen, but that would be
that'll
insane.
blow the world up.
It won't happen.
Money talks.
No, it will never happen. But that would be a wild thing. All right, cool. All right, well, that's the WWE chaos that happened the other night. But let's talk about you some more. So
me?
I know you said we got a show. We got LPW 11, the blue event coming up at the end of the month. But are you starting to ramp up your dates in general now that it's the new year? I know you said December you had off for the most part.
Yeah.
Are you starting to get back in kind of the regular swing of things as far as performing?
Yeah. January, I think I've only got 2 or 3 dates lined up so far.
Yeah.
And then, so I've got like WrestleCore coming up here on the 20th in Vancouver. That's going to be so much fun. And then
can't get it together. Can't get it together tonight.
And then we got LPW coming up on the 27th. And that one's awesome.
Which we're going to dive in. We got some news to break about that one in a little bit. So we're going to dive into that one too. So that's exciting. Yeah.
And then in February, like we've got WrestleCore's got some really exciting things coming up. And so we're just we got some fires in the oven, pans in the oven. We got some things cooking.
Yeah. Things cooking. I like it. All right. Let's try one last time. Deep breaths, everybody. He's frustrated. I can tell by looking at him.
I'm just going to hang out here. I'm not going to go. We're just going to go with this.
Okay. All right. Are we under control? Are we under control?
No, my mental is like, but that way, if we do announce our breaking news that we
have not. I was waiting for you. Do you
know if you have any involvement at LPW 11?
Say that one more time.
Are you in the know on what you got going on at LPW 11?
Not really, no.
Oh, so so not only are we breaking this to the Love Wrestling community, we're breaking this to Taryn.
Yeah, I was.
So you don't know who you don't know if you're involved or who you're wrestling at LPW 11 yet.
I mean, not really, not yet. I was told a couple people.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah.
All right, I like this.
Do you just, so I guess to pull the curtain back a little bit, you just show up and then Spencer, like, do you see the announcement when we see the announcement? He doesn't let you know sooner?
Honestly, that has happened before.
Oh. Okay. Nice.
Hey, I'm in. I'm in on it.
Well,
But
All right.
let's
yeah,
just,
like I mean, I'm not like scared of anybody. I'm not worried for anybody. So it's kind of like,
this opponent is pretty
This
good.
opponent it will be a challenge. I will say it will be a challenge.
But it's not you know how we roll. We love TFA, longest reigning LPW challenge champion. It ain't nothing.
He
Rads who?
Yeah, Rads who. All right. Well, should we just break it right now? We're gonna break it right now.
tell me.
All right.
Let's break it right now for TFA in the world to see. This will be your opponent.
This will be the matchup.
LPW.
Yep. Boom.
Hey.
Boom.
Matthews, the thickness.
The thickness.
Okay.
January 27th at the Rec Room, LPW 11, the blue event. It will be TFA, Taryn from Accounting against the thickness, Reed Matthews.
I mean, that's sweet, actually.
I was gonna say, how you feeling about that? Have you wrestled Reed before at all?
I've never wrestled him on a show. We might have been in like a Rumble or something before together. But I've trained with him, and he definitely scares me a little.
Yeah.
So, I mean, am I nervous? No. Does he like scare me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but I've trained with him before, so I know what he can do, and like he's kind of
TFA shaved the beard for that picture.
Spencer airbrushed it out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But he is so athletic. It's crazy to me. Like he's so fast and he's so powerful and he's so nimble, if that's like a word I can think of. But just the way he moves is so, and he like speedy and zippy. You know what I mean? Like
quick off the jump. Very quick. Very quick.
Such like a stocky guy, like and he hits hard. So
we've seen So that kind of has a little tie back to your match with Zoe. He's aligned with Zoe Sager, and you and I, when we first introduced to each other, that's the match we talked about was you versus Zoe Sager. So do you think like he's picking her brain, or are you still in her kitchen and now his kitchen, as you like to say?
Listen, I live rent free in Zoe's kitchen, and that's just facts. So you know what? If they are aligned with each other, I'm sure she's not said like the nicest things about me, and maybe she's told him some tricks and secrets, but that's fine. I've been working without him, and I've been trying new things, so I've got some things up my sleeve.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, we got some people pumped. Canadian Goose says that Spencer told him this morning, and he's stoked for it. And then he also says that the thickness is awesome. So we gotta Reed Matthews fan.
He is awesome. We like him.
I have thoroughly enjoyed. Obviously, I watch all the shows on the Twitch when we show them, and I have thoroughly enjoyed what I have seen from that gentleman. So
this is the first time we got to break LPW news here on Beards.
I know, even to the competitor herself, that was like dope. I just assumed. You know what happens. You know what happens when you assume. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I am excited for that match. That match should be what Seamus calls a banger. That's what I would say. That's what I would say.
Honestly, I think it will be. I think we match up well, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I do know from training he does love to throw me on my face. So
well, hopefully not that often.
Well, you got to get that. The beard will cushion the fall.
It does. That's partly why I have it, because I'm stumbly. But all right. Where do we want to go to next?
It's going to be a big night for the Clandestine Society.
Yep.
You're taking on Zoe. You're taking out Reed. You're just taking that duo to town. Mm-hmm. They've got their work cut out for them.
I know. I can't wait to see what Steven's got going on. Was that announced?
Not yet. I don't believe so.
Spencer will fire us.
I'm not saying nothing.
We can't break news, but I don't believe that was announced.
How do you know Steven's match but not yours?
I don't know if I do know Steven's match.
Does Steven know Steven's match?
Maybe.
I mean,
You guys, I don't know what's going on. I don't. You know what I mean?
well, in general, obviously, LPW 11. This is the 11th event. You've been with us since the beginning. Speak a little bit to, and this is my first, the last couple times you've been on the show, I haven't been here. I've either been on vacation or I was somewhere else. I was sick or something happened, but we've had you on a few times.
You've been crying about it ever since.
I have. So this is my first opportunity to and we said it off the air. She was like, I feel like we've never, I was like, yeah, I'm excited about this. But in general, can you just talk a little bit about your experience with LPW and kind of, how much you've enjoyed working with Spencer and the gang and, your fellow competitors in LPW and kind of what makes it different than the other promotions in the area or in Canada where you've worked?
Yeah, I love LPW. I feel so fortunate that that Spencer started it right when he did. I'm really trying to, I went to a tarot card reader the other day, and I've been trying to open up my third eye and manifest and really appreciate the way things work out. So I just feel like when Love Pro Wrestling started, it was the perfect time. It offered me so many opportunities. It offered me a place to call home in Edmonton, because I don't wrestle anywhere else here, and it's unfortunate. I would love to be able to wrestle in front of my friends and in front of local fans more, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way our local wrestling scene is. It's very political. So to be able to wrestle for a company that appreciates me and who encourage me to go get other experiences places, and who are happy for my successes, and being in a locker room with other people who are encouraging for your successes, it's very just so lucky that we have this place to call home. And I do have other promotions in other provinces that I'm there very regularly, and I love it, and I love them, and I love the people in the locker room, and I consider them my friends as well. But it's different than your home promotion.
Yeah, of course.
And so in my mind, Love Pro Wrestling was just meant to happen when it happened, and it's been so successful because we're so lucky to have them. We know that we're lucky. So we work hard for them, and they work hard for us.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I was getting a little bit gushy there.
No,
that's just how I feel. I just feel so lucky.
Yeah. And a lot of the other LPW wrestlers that we've had on here, when we've asked them a similar question, it's very similar, the answers, and it's about that positive environment. You all root for each other. You all, obviously everybody wants to be the champion, but it's not, you guys are actually happy for each other, and you're happy for the successes of everybody as a unit. You know what I mean? And I think, like you said, a lot of the times, and again, I'm not in the business, so I only have from a viewer standpoint of but a lot of times you hear about these stories of this guy stabbed this person in the back to get the top, or politicking and all these things of, no, he kind of got him ruined. They were going to give him a push, but this guy said, no, you better not, and blah, 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 or I'm not, And so when you hear from a bunch of different wrestlers saying, hey, here, the vibe is we have fun. We love being there. No pun intended. We love being there. We love the positive atmosphere. We all root for each other. I think when you hear a lot of that is going to separate LPW from other places, because it's probably not like that everywhere. You know what I mean?
Not in Alberta. I mean, and this again is my limited experience. I've only been wrestling for 4.5 years, but I'm a good judge of character, and you know what I mean? I read situations well, I think, and so, and I just don't have time for the baloney of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to have fun with my friends.
So what do you,
Yeah, he goes, what are you doing here?
And
she's a
listen,
good judge of character and doesn't have time for baloney and wrestling, but she is wearing a beard on between two beards. I call BS, Taryn.
listen, you guys are my favorite.
Yeah.
And the thing is
Oh,
like,
thank you.
I do love gossip. I love it. I do love shit talking people. I'm not going to say I'm like positive and this and that,
Yeah.
but like, I keep it with my friends. We keep a tight messenger group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tight
Like
circle.
tight circle. And like we don't let that shit out. We don't, we've
Yeah.
got opinions. We keep them to ourselves. We're professional.
Yeah. And that's good. As you got that circle of people where you're all in it together. You're gonna do what's best for everybody and stuff like that. And then when you have, you got to let some steam loose. You know who you can go to let some steam loose, and then you all are like, all right, cool. Let's go back.
Exactly, and that's the reality of any situation you're in, whether it's wrestling, your work, your this, your that,
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. We have Kroller popping in saying, as an accountant, you need to read the room well. So
that's
not wrong.
Cousin. That's my cousin.
That's your
Ryan.
cousin. Well, hello. Yeah. Thank you for popping in, saying hello. Hopefully we're entertaining you as best we can, but thank you for popping in. We got Lawrence saying no malarkey, TFA. No malarkey. And then we have Dustin saying I know. Dustin saying, having helped out with the LPW events, I can say it is such a welcoming, professional, positive environment, welcoming and receptive of ideas, not something you see everywhere, and it has the best fans around. So
I know he yells at us every Friday, but
he takes out the aggression on us so he can be super nice. Yeah. Oh, all right.
What do we got? Get into the boss here.
Yeah, he says it's great entertainment while working on report cards. Oh, I'm sure that's fun. The report cards.
He's also a teacher.
Yeah, that's got to be a lot of pressure because the grades you got to give the kids, but then you also be like, I hope I'm not killing these. Like, I don't want to make these kids upset.
Break their hearts.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the pressure.
I don't know, you guys. Sometimes that's like the only power you wield. So you just are like,
no, you have to do it. You have to do it.
Give it F's to second graders.
Yeah, get better. Life's hard, bro. Learn more.
Exactly.
You got to learn one way or another. You're not always going to win. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like Dominic Mysterio, baby.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Well, you just said, and I know. So when this news broke and they released the PWI top 150 women wrestlers this year, you were at the rec room the night before. We had Spencer on that night, and you popped in, and it was very unannounced. And we were literally talking about you minutes before you popped on because you were on that list this year. And you just said you've only been wrestling for 4.5, 5 years. And I asked you this, but it was kind of loud, and I feel like you said you couldn't hear us that well, and because you were at the event and stuff like that. So now having you in this, what did it feel like when you first heard, or whoever reached out to you, or if you just heard from somebody or the magazine itself, when you were on that list, and now a couple months past it, where that it's clearly probably settled with you that you were on the list? Like, what kind of honor, or just how did you feel when you first saw, like, holy crap, I'm on the list? Like, that's dope.
Like, honestly, I didn't know. When I woke up in the morning, I had like all these messages and Twitter thingies.
Yeah.
And I saw a screenshot, but I mean, like, like a little bird was on my phone. And and I just saw a screenshot with like 116, my name, and then the little blurby thing. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, like, what is this? I don't know. I didn't know it was coming out. I didn't know anything about it. And then, so a friend of mine, like, had posted it, or he sent me like a screenshot or something. I was like, this is so cool. And I said, oh, that's so neat. What is this? Yeah. So he told me about it, and yeah, like, it was super, super, super cool. I think it's very, very, very cool. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to sell myself short on it. Like, it's great and it's amazing. And My aunt, she lives in this small town called Edson. It's where I grew up. And she went into this museum for whatever reason. And the guy working there was like, "You're aunt of Taryn from accounting." And she's like, "Yeah." And he told her about it. He was like, 116, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and so, it's kind of nice to have my family like recognize, it's just nice. And, for my trainers, it's nice for Mike, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not just my hard work, it's his hard work too. And, promoters, and it's just nice. Like, it was really cute and really nice. And a friend of mine bought me the magazine, and like,
That's cool.
Yeah. So like, it's something that I have.
Yeah. 100%. And that list, like,
Can't take you off the list.
Yeah, that's true.
What's that?
So they can't take it away from you. It's awesome.
Exactly.
To have.
Yeah. Cool. And a lot of people pay really strong attention to those lists. Like, those are like the quintessential lists of the best wrestlers in the world every year. So that is pretty cool. And
part of the committee, and we gave him the business for not having you hired.
Yeah, 100%. It's true.
He said she should have been number one. That's fact.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He did say, he said, you had a strong year, and he thinks you're going to build off that year, and next year you're going to shoot up even further the list. Is that a goal now? Is that like, okay, I made 116, that's cool, but like 2023, I'm really going to hammer that thing home and try to move up to crack that top 50 or something, or maybe even that top 10. Who knows?
The list is not like a goal of mine, but just it is a goal of mine to like level up this year, and get new opportunities and wrestle new people and for different companies. So, hopefully that happens. I'm not one to like sit back and wait for, like things to happen. I'm very much like, I want to work for that company. I'm going to harass their promoter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm very annoying that way. I think I get a lot of bookings because I'm annoying.
They're like, just book her, will you? Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get her on the show. Call me every week. No.
I don't know any better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what other people do. I couldn't just sit around.
That's fair.
What's the worst thing? Or they'll just say no, and you're like, exactly. All right, well, but they might say yes, and you might be, who knows, moving up that level it up, as you said. I was going to say moving up that ladder, but you said level it up.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's all that's the only thing I like equated to in my brain. It's like,
Yeah, I like it.
So we'll see. Right. I'm like putting some. I said this before and I fucked it up. Why am I trying it again? I'm putting some irons in the fire.
Iron. That's okay. I get it now. You said fires in the oven. That's what you said the first time. Put some fires in the oven. I was like, wait a minute.
A lot of your references are oven, kitchen, like.
I'm a hungry girl.
As am I. I'm so a hungry girl.
I am one of those as well. It is what it is.
To ask earlier, but of course I keep having the worst technical difficulties of all time tonight. When you said that we are your favorite, does that mean that we're even bigger deal than the Busted Open radio? How did that come about? That was cool to see and hear.
Literally no clue. Well, I do have a clue. I was contacted, but it was in my Twitter messages, and if you don't know the person, it like doesn't show up, and I don't think to check those that often. So I opened it up, and it was like a day later. So I guess Thunder Rosa had asked to speak with me on the day that she was doing it, but I got it too late, so I couldn't. So I wrote back, I said, oh my God, what a bummer. I missed this message. Is there another time? And they were like, 100% for sure. They were so great about it. I thought they would be like, nah, time's over.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they were like, for sure. So they had got me in like a couple days later. I don't know how that's how it happened. Thunder Rosa had asked, and it's probably because of my name. But
just casually drops the Thunder Roast and wants to talk to her. Just casual. Another day at the office, another Wednesday,
they had to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So, and I get a lot of things because of my name. I think people think it's fun, but I've met her as well. I've been on a show with her before, and we hung out a little bit, and she's the best. She's so cool and so nice. So I was really excited to actually get to talk to her more.
Very nice. She was part of she's a friend of the show.
She is. She put us over on the social medias.
Put us over once. It's so nice.
Yeah. But I don't know why, but she did.
I don't either. I was like,
her and Trent Beretta's mom, they love us. Yeah, her and Trent Beretta's mom, they both love us. So
yeah. But anyways, yeah. So it was just kind of nice, and then I got to talk to Mickey, and that was amazing. And she stayed with me after we were done on the live or whatever, and talked to me and gave me some advice, and
that's awesome.
I was just really lucky. I don't know how it happened, but
yeah, that's awesome. We got a Felix saying also, I was telling my friend in Scotland about TFA, and he said it's by far the best name in wrestling. And then Bebe says, I do love the name. I do love the name. All right. Rock and roll.
Good. You see? It's catching on.
Yeah, and it's easy to change. Yeah, you can just go to, it's, I love it. All
Spencer,
right, what else is
put the belt on TFA? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
At least give me a shot.
Yeah, geez.
Okay, so obviously you're part of the Clandestine Society with MRB and Steve and Crow. Yeah,
would you be
have you fought these gentlemen before?
Yeah, I wrestled Steven. He challenged me for the challenge.
Yes, I remember that one.
And I've wrestled Michael before. We've been on a few shows together, and we've wrestled together.
Okay.
And honestly, just such learning opportunities, and so great. He's given me some really cool matches. We did one match. I think it was such a last minute thing. I think neither of us had a match on the show we were on. So, or he didn't have a match. And I said, I'll do the show, but I want to wrestle you or something like that. And then, so we got to the show and he was like, okay, here's the thing. We can plan the shit out of this match and have a banger of a match and just do really cool things. Or we don't say a word about it and I call the whole thing to you. And I was like, oh my God, I've never done that before. How nerve-wracking. But it was 100%. That's what we have to do. It was what an awesome challenge. And I get to do it with my trainer and who better to do it with. So that was cool. So I've wrestled Michael a few times and I trust him and I love him. And but I would have no problem wrestling him for that.
All right, so this is my follow-up to that. So it's LPW, Spencer comes, he'll say, LPW 12. He says, you and MRB for the title. Are you guys amicably doing that? Or are you Clandestine Society is family, nothing will break it, but we're still going to go put on a banger match? Or are you turning on him, or is he turning on you? Who's more likely to turn in that scenario?
You know what? I think it's tough to say. I think we would 100% go into it as challengers, as with respect for one another. I don't think that it would be a problem. I don't think he would think what a traitor, because that's just the person he is. Would it turn ugly in there? No, I don't think so. I think we would both just be fighting fair and dirty also, but strong and hard,
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love it.
I would love it too. All right, we got to catch up on some comment.
Side would Steven be on?
Oh my God. That is tough to say.
I was going to say.
Trying to get that dirt.
Yeah. We got Spencer saying, Steven versus TFA at LPW2 is one of my favorite matches we've ever had in LPW. And we have Bebe saying, I'm watching some TFA matches when this is over. I hate to say that he hasn't seen any yet. And then, I'll ask you, because Spencer Spencer then said she can give you better opinions on her favorite matches, maybe for Bebe to check out. But he threw out TFA versus Crow from 2, TFA and Rachel Ellering from LPW 5, TFA versus Nicole Matthews from LPW 4, and TFA and Stephen Crow teaming up against Eli Surge and Mars from LPW 8.
That was a fun one. Those are all really fun ones.
Yeah.
So TFA at 9.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Was that 10?
Which one? Your audio is just dog shit, bro. I love you.
Is it bad? Is it really
bad?
It's
if anybody else is talking when you start talking, we can't hear you. So it's kind of like,
stupid. All right.
Not stupid. I love you.
Oh.
But
no, my audio is stupid. I love you.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Don't stress about it.
No, it's nothing like that.
I'm totally bummed. Every time you come on, I'm like the most unprofessional.
Bro, relax. It's
literally I'm like, it's not a thing. I don't notice it.
No. It's just sometimes
the Jody Threat TFA match.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Also awesome.
Yeah, she's so much fun to have a match with. She's very versatile. Like you can have like a fun comedy match. You can have like a hard hitting, like killing each other match.
Mm-hmm.
You can have it in the middle. And I've had all those kinds of matches with her. So it's like every time we wrestle is something different. So, when you wrestle the same person after a while, you're like, okay, I know what's going to happen here, but it's like, never know.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love Jody Thread is awesome. She rules.
She's awesome.
And then we have Goose, a little bit from earlier. I know we kind of moved on a little bit, but he said, what was one piece of advice from Thunder Rosa that she imparted on to you? From when you chatted.
Can you say that again?
Yeah. He asked, what is one piece of advice that Thunder Rosa imparted on you, like told you when you were talking, when we were talking about the...
To be honest, I don't think we talked about really like, I'm sure we talked about wrestling. I don't think we got into that, like, to that kind of space. I think we were just talking about, I don't remember the things that we talked about, but I'm just from watching her interact with people and like her professionalism with the, coming in, how she treated people, how she treated going over the match. Because I wasn't in a match with her, but my sister was. So I was just kind of sitting, and it was like kind of in the beginning of when I first started wrestling. Yeah. So I was kind of sitting back and watching like how people go through matches and how, so I learned a lot just by watching her interact. And
awesome.
Yeah.
And then we got,
she's like a leader. Like she walks. She's just a boss.
Yeah. Like commands the room and is like, hey, and then we have Kroller saying there won't have to be a turn because Zoe Sager is winning that belt soon.
He's such a Zoe mark. It's so sickening to me.
Wow.
Speaking of that, we do have a clip of Zoe Sager talking about her upcoming LPW match.
We do.
She's ready to go.
We do. So yeah, let's because we are, we asked Taryn before the show because Pluggo and I, we talk football when there's football to discuss. And we asked Taryn before the show, like, hey, Pluggo and I are gonna do some football picks. Are you do you keep up? Are you in? And her response was, I don't really keep up, but I am 100% in. 100% in to pick against you guys, basically. So what we'll do is we'll show this Zoe Sager clip, I believe, from the LPW show with Zach. We'll show this clip, and then we'll come back, and we will what?
Zark.
Oh, sorry.
It's not Zach. Zark.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect.
Close.
From Zark with Zoe Sager, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some football. So here it is. Here's a clip from the LPW show. We have Zark, happy Pluggo, Zark, and Zoe Sager.
Now, another big change in recent months is you retained the services of the mercenary known as Reed Matthews. So I'm just wondering what inspired that hire?
That really came from, I didn't want anyone else coming in and trying to take me back down to where I was. I needed a little bit of insurance to make sure that nobody would mess with me. Nobody would try and take me back to that headspace that was not great. And he's best man for the job.
Fair enough. Now, of course, we're here to promote your match with MRB, but I would be remiss if I didn't just take us on a bit of a segue, because Reed Matthews is facing one of MRB's peers in the clandestine society and Taryn From Accounting on January 27th. So I'm just wondering if you have any kind of vested interest in that match.
My vested interest is as long as he's ready to go for my match. He's gonna beat Taryn anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But as long as he's good to go for my match, I get my money's worth, we're Gucci.
Pluggo's gone again. We've lost Pluggo again. Okay, so we probably should have shown that earlier when we were talking about your match with Reed Matthews. But hearing that and hearing Zoe Sager be very confident that he's just going to take care of you. How's that make you feel? I know you and Zoe have a past, obviously. So
I mean, that's cool. Like, honestly, it's cool. It's like, and some people just say that you're like, I don't know. It's all good. Like, you can be confident. Yeah. I'm trying to get the words, but basically what I'm trying to say is literally don't give a shit.
All right. I like it. I have a very much that same attitude about a lot of things in life. So I appreciate that. And then we have Kroller saying, you're just jealous of my love for Zoe. You're still my favorite cousin. So
well, we'll see.
All right. So we're just going to dive in. We're sticking to the plan. Obviously, there have been technical issues on both Pluggo and I's part tonight, but hopefully Pluggo will be popping back in. So let me just pull up the little schedule here. So I hear Pluggo. I see him. Oh God. Where is he? Bro.
I don't know what to say.
I don't either. You all right?
We're carrying on though. So don't stress about it. We got this shit.
Yeah. We were about to dive in. I said, we're sticking to the plan, damn it. And I said, we're going to do these football picks and hopefully Pluggo comes back. But either way, if it was just the two of us, we're doing it. So
I don't know what's going on. The phone decides to crap out, that the computer craps. Everything's just falling apart over here in Pluggo land.
It's okay. We still love you. And we're going to we're going to do it with the damn thing. Okay. So we have 6 games this weekend. Wild card weekend. We're just going to go in chronological order.
Who's writing these down?
I got it.
Oh, is there going to be pictures of the teams?
There's not going to be pictures. No.
Sent you the pictures.
Yes, Pluggo sent you the pictures.
I didn't get a chance to upload it here because over here at Pluggoville, maybe I need to pay the internet bill. Maybe
I was going to ask. I didn't want to assume. I was going to ask if, made sure you got the bills on, get the bills paid.
That Boost Mobile internet's just not. I got to stop stealing the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Spencer, we need more monies.
All right.
There you go.
There they are. Boom. All right. So we're going to start. I'm going to start chronologically. So the first game of the weekend is Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is between the Seattle Seahawks, who will be visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Pluggo? Oh, no. Yeah. Taryn, why don't you go first? I'll let who is coming out victorious?
That's this one right here.
Yeah, that is it. Are you going? Okay.
Seahawks. I'm going
Seahawks.
Okay. Oh, upset.
So we got upset alert. Alert.
What insight do you have on going Seahawks? Is it because the logo's better? Do you like Geno Smith? What's your vibe there?
It's a little bit of the logo, but also I've been spending a little bit more time in Seattle lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. I like it.
No.
All right. I will be going with the San Francisco 49ers. That's just me.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. We're going to have a playoff preview after and talk about it next week too. But I have the San Francisco 49ers going all the way to the Super Bowl. So I have to go with the San Francisco 49ers.
Is that your team?
No, I am a New England Patriots fan. We are dog crap. So I'm from Massachusetts. That's where I grew up. Sorry. She's gonna spit out her drink. I made her.
Even I know.
Yeah, they're the best. I know. Everybody's jealous because we won 6 championships and all the time.
Follow football at all.
But she even knows that the Patriots are a team you don't root for. Yeah,
I love it.
I listen, I grew up my whole life not with teams that are not that weren't good, and I hated all the winning teams, and then all my teams got good for 20 years, and now everybody hates us, and I'm just like, okay, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Fair enough. I still root for the Oilers, and they are the shittiest. So
yeah,
Still root for the
Edmonton Oilers.
Houston Oilers.
No, they're in what, bro? There's only one Oilers to them up there. It's Edmonton.
Don't they have like the greatest, like the second coming of?
Yeah,
Wayne
Connor McDavid, great
McDavid?
player.
Yeah.
Great player.
yeah.
Like, best player in the league type dude.
So when you wrestled you were wrestling us for Defy, right? Not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh yeah, making your way into the States, infiltrating the States here.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying. Like I said, I'm making moves, you guys. I'm trying.
I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
I love it. We got Bebe saying logos are very important, Pluggo. And then we have Lawrence, who is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. His team got the bye in the NFC, so they're off for the week. They get to rest. He's saying JPJ is wrong, go Birds. So, fair enough. All right.
Now, like, is that a thing? Like, since he's an Eagles fan, does he still like root for other bird teams? Like, if it's not my bird team, I get, I'll be cool with you. Something like, is it like birds of a feather?
Flock together?
Yeah.
What are those? Oh God, my stupid is showing again. What is like a species of birds? Those are called what?
A flock? No, a species.
A species. They're called birds. Right?
Fowl? No, what are, like, fuck off. Let's go to the next team. Somebody's got to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, somebody will. Kroller says, one day when Connor McDavid is on another team, I believe he will win a Stanley Cup. Just can't see it happening.
Jeez, Kroll coming.
This guy's such a traitor, man.
And then Spencer goes, Connor wins a cup in Edmonton within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Gonna take
my team, the Boston Bruins, dominating this year. Dominating. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. They fucking are good. And then we got Goose saying making $1 million moves. That's what he said. We got also saying geese are birds.
Fowl.
Yeah.
Are they like fowl? Something.
Fowl is a type of bird, I think. You're a fowl. I think that's a type of bird. I'm not a smart man. I don't know, but I think that's a type of bird.
We spent an hour talking geese here, like a couple.
We did. We literally, like, the majority of our episode 1 week was talking about geese. Because apparently up in Canada, geese are they're little assholes up there.
Oh my God.
Not little, but they're assholes. Yeah, exactly. We talked about it for like a full episode of how awful geese are.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, okay, before we move on, we used to have this question that we would ask. Would you rather fight one bear-sized goose or 100 goose-sized bears? But it also might have been ducks.
I think it's ducks.
Oh, you know this one?
No. I've heard a similar thing. The one that I've heard is, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? That's the one I've heard.
Okay, so same thing, but we did it with bears.
And that's fine. Here's my thing. A bear.
That's a whole new ball game.
A bear would fuck anything up. Anything. And like a bear is the king. Like if it was a bear versus a lion, that lion's dying. That bear is killing that lion. Yes. Bears are ferocious. Ferocious animals.
Yeah, hot take.
Now.
What's going on social media?
A bear would rip your arms off. They don't give a shit. They'll kill you any way they need to. Cocaine Bear. Yes, this is my promo for Cocaine. Have you seen the preview for Cocaine Bear, TFA?
No.
Have you heard about this?
I just heard about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch the preview because it is fucking wild. That movie looks like it's gonna rule. Anyway, and it's Ray Liotta's last movie. God rest his soul.
I thought it was a joke. I saw it.
I did too.
I don't go to the movies that often, but we went to see Violent Night with my father-in-law because he wanted to see it, and I saw that preview and I go, "Is this real? Is this like being funny?" They're like, "Nope, this is a movie."
It is real.
I'm taking the Hawks, by the way, with the upset.
I was going to ask. So you're going with Taryn. So I'm on my island over here with the 49ers. All right. Let's get back on track. Cocaine Bear, though.
Cocaine.
Okay, I'm gonna check
But
out.
yes, no, but I would pick the bear-sized goose.
Yeah.
That's what I would go, because I feel like if I got 100 mini bear, they're still bears. If I have 100 bears, my legs are gone in 5 minutes. Ripped off, chewed, they're gone. They're gone. I got no chance.
Yeah, I feel you just got to get a hold of the neck of
You
the
got to angle the big guy, get him down, and then I think once I got him down, it's over. He ain't getting out. The only thing is they
cook goose for everyone.
Cook. Yeah. What would you pick? Would you pick the 100 bears or the?
You guys, I initially was leaning towards the 100 smaller bears because I feel like I could just punt kick them all over the place. But they're bears. Yeah. But how does a pack of bears work? Do a pack of bears work like a flock of geese, or do they have problems working with each other? So I got to think.
That's true. The bears start fighting each other, like for supremacy of like who the leader is, and then you're like, oh shit, they're all fighting each other, so I only got to deal with these ones. Like there's a lot of things. We got Goose saying Cocaine Bear is in fact based on a true story. It is the story about popular rural celebrity Pablo Escobar. Oh boy. Yeah. That I don't know if that second part is true, but the first part is true. It is based on a true story. And we have Dave popping in. Thank you for the comment, Dave. He says, do you think Eric Young will be at the Royal Rumble? He has not been on Impact. I would not be shocked.
Yeah, well, the EY anywhere.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked if EY ended up back in, the Rumble would be a good return for him. But I honestly don't know, but that would be a cool little surprise. The only person that I really want to be in the Royal Rumble, I want X-Pac to be in the Royal Rumble.
I want TFA to be in the Royal Rumble.
That would be incredible. And we got Spencer saying that he thinks Sanity will be coming back. That would be great. That's his own thought. Oh, wow. Pablo Escobar is correct. Goose, I'm sorry. Should not have doubted you. All right. Second game, Sunday. The early game on Sunday. We have the Miami Dolphins with their third-string quarterback, by the way. Third-string quarterback, because Tua cannot play. Traveling to face the Buffalo Bills. Pluggo, I'll let you lead this one. We let Taryn go first last time.
I'm not going to give much analysis here. Buffalo.
Bills. Yeah. Okay.
Buffalo?
Yeah, that's close to Canada.
Buffalo, right? Yeah, Buffalo is very good. They're the number 2 seed in the AFC. They're very good, and they have a rallying moment because one of their players almost died on the field. I don't know if you heard that story at all, but one of their players he just made a tackle, and I guess according to doctors, they said his heart was just right on the right uptick. Mm-hmm. So he did a tackle. He stood up for 2 seconds and then just hit the ground. They had to administer CPR and
oh my God.
Yeah, on the feet, and the other players were it was bad. It was a bad scene.
I didn't hear about this. This was a little
two Mondays ago. 2 Mondays ago. It was a bad scene. It was a bad scene. But he got discharged. He's back in Buffalo. He obviously isn't going to play or anything. But he was I guess he was in a coma for a day or two, but he's home now, out of the hospital. So it's a really great story.
Yeah.
But the emotional attachment of those players, they feel, I assume they're we got to win for this. We got to win for this guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and not only that, they're a great team on top of it. So I think, and the fact that the Dolphins are down, they don't have their main quarterback. I don't think it's going to be a good time for the Dolphins. I don't think it's going to be a good time. So I'm picking the Bills.
Okay. Well, I already had my team picked out, but
go with your gut.
So I'm going with the Miami Dolphins because I'm going with the Ace Ventura favorite.
That's fair. Finkel laces out.
Yeah, laces out.
Exactly. So, and then once you guys started talking about how it's the third string quarterback, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Now that is my type of team. That's the team that's going to win it. The real underdog.
Yep.
Had I not known that, I still would have gone with the Dolphins. But the second somebody tells me that, that's my
doubling
team.
Down. You're doubling down on the team.
Well, you did the same thing, JPJ, with the Niners. Brock Purdy's the third string quarterback for them.
Yeah, 100%. And I got them going to the Super Bowl. But so it could happen.
Listen,
these two teams. I don't like either of these teams. Because they're in the division of my team. So I could care less what happens. But I do think the Bills will win. I do think the Bills will win this one. We have Kroller saying it would be a beautiful story if Buffalo got to the Super Bowl after the Hamlin injury. That was the player, Hamlin, Damar Hamlin. Would be like when New Orleans won the bowl after Hurricane Katrina. Yeah. It's true.
Can I ask a question here?
Yeah.
So Kroller is your cousin, TFA.
Yeah.
He's all in on Zoe. He's just anti-TFA, but our family, like, what's going on here? He's
a real traitor.
Such a traitor. What's going on here? So dissension in the family ranks.
When you think about it. And then we have Goose saying that he is considering putting out his own movie called Marijuana Goose. I would watch that. I would, if there was a movie coming out for real that was called Marijuana Goose, I will buy a ticket. And I would probably have marijuana in my system while I was watching it. Anyway, I digress. All right, then we have Sunday night. We have a lot of divisional matchups. All three of these games are divisional matchups, like teams that have already played each other twice this year. We have the Baltimore Ravens going up to the number 3 seed and visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. So it should be a B with the Tiger and the Ravens there. Yeah. So we'll go back and forth. So Taryn will go first here.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. The Bengals were in the Super Bowl playoffs last year.
They made it to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Rams, to the Los Angeles Rams.
Now, I went to a friend's house to watch it with him and his family, and then a bunch of their friends. There was like 30 people there. There were 2 floors, 2 TVs, so much food. It was amazing. Nice. But this family, the dad of this family, this whole family are diehard Bengals fans. Diehard.
They've had a rough life up until the last couple of years. That's a rough life.
I used to be in that. I know all about that.
Yeah.
Well, so anyways, the dad actually died like a year, maybe 2 ago, like not very long ago.
Oh, no.
So for them, it was like very, like, we're doing it for dad. And then we lost. This family was crying. They were just so upset because it's not just like your favorite football team losing. It brings up other things.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which is like really made me kind of like, oh man, like sports and football, like I find it silly, but like I totally appreciate
the passion.
So like I'm gonna have to go with them just because like I want them to win for this family.
For sure. Yeah. Plug up.
Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals too. We're all going for the Bengals.
Even though that used to be my team, now it's not. How many wrestling podcasts have you been on, Taryn, where you've made NFL picks?
Never. I love it.
That's why we're 1 in a million, baby. That's why we're 1 in a million.
That's right. We're 1 of 1, baby. We're not 1 in a million. We're 1 of 1.
1 of 1. We are the ones. But I like the Bengals. I like their quarterback, Joe Burrow. That guy is like cool as hell. And you see him walking around the locker room just with like that stogie in his mouth, just like he knows he's the shit.
I feel like my boy Dom.
Oh, yeah, exactly. All right. So then we have over in the AFC, we have the Los Angeles Chargers visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars, the AEW Jaguars down in Jacksonville.
The Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan owns them. But yes, so the Los Angeles Chargers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pluggo, you go first.
So did you watch the game where the Jaguars clinched?
I did.
Did you see how excited Tony Khan got? And he was hugging on all the players.
I did.
So for all you haters, he does that football side too. It's not just
maybe he's just a happy guy. Is he not allowed? Is nobody allowed to be just a happy person? Everyone shitting on Tony Khan. He's like, he was just jumping and hugging all those football players the same way everyone's like, I don't know why he hugs his wrestlers. I don't know why. Shut up. Anyway, Pluggo, you. Chargers and Jaguars.
Let's go Jags. Let's get it done.
Nice, bro. Are you pulling for the Jags? Are they the team you're rooting for this year to go? Because they've been terrible forever.
Yeah, because I don't have a team, so I'm kind of leaning towards Jacksonville.
Yeah, my team is not in it this year because they stink.
Flowing a lot.
He does have Trevor Lawrence has a wonderful head of lettuce on him. It is wonderful what he's got going on. The Oh, luscious locks on that gentleman. All right, I will slide it down to Taryn. Who do you got? You got the Bolts, you got the Chargers, or the Jaguars?
Ooh. Sorry, I really couldn't pick, so now I'm going to look at the quarterbacks.
Oh.
I'm going to have to go with the blue team. The
LA Chargers?
Chargers.
So their quarterback is very good. His name is Justin Herbert.
But what led you to that decision? Since you said you had to go to the quarterbacks.
I mean, I'm a thirsty little girl.
Yeah. Well, Justin Herbert is a handsome fellow. Yeah. Justin Herbert is a handsome fellow. He's an attractive fellow.
He's a handsome man. That's a good. Are we thirst picking?
Also,
if we're thirst picking, how do you say no to that Trevor Lawrence hair? That is just gorgeous.
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to thirst pick. But like for this one, I literally have nothing.
Yeah.
I should have told you earlier that you were only allowed to thirst pick.
I know. And honestly, I should have done that beforehand. But I was really trying to think about it.
Yeah.
So it's Justin Herbert. So Justin Herbert, if you're watching, which we know you are, holler PFA.
Holler if you hear me.
That she doesn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
I am. I really want the Jags to win just because that'll be just cool. You know what I mean? But I do think the Chargers are going to win. So I'm going to go with I'm going with TFA on this one. I'm going with Taryn on this one. I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers.
Because Justin Herbert is handsome?
Yeah, he's a stud. Got a cannon of an arm. Truly. All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at the size of this guy's neck.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. That's wider than his head.
Yeah. Yeah. That is Trevor Lawrence. That is, wild. He's like 22 or something.
You shouldn't Google Davis Mills if you have issues with long necks.
Bro, Davis Mills is like a giraffe.
Yeah, he's the quarterback in Texans.
His team is awful. His team is awful. They have the number 2 pick in the draft. So, all right. So then we have Sunday afternoon. We have the New York Football Giants traveling to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
I will start with this one. And this pains me because the New York Giants are a team I despise. You tell me? They're beating the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is a fraud. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. I don't. So I'm taking the New York Football Giants. And then Taryn, you lead.
You know what? Let me go look at quarterbacks and you guys go first.
I think you're going to find a loser on both ends here when it comes to that, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but I think these are two weird-looking quarterbacks. If we're just talking aesthetically, I know who I am. Am I wrong? Do you find one to be attractive?
Me?
Daniel Jones?
I'm looking at Daniel Jones.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
better of the two. I
wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We got Dojo saying she's swiping left. He's swiping left. Yeah.
This is literally all I do. Cousins. Oh,
you like Cousins?
You
like that?
With the little.
Like that? He's famous for yelling. You like that?
He's literally famous for yelling. You like that?
Oh, really?
You like that? Yeah.
Very aggressive.
Yeah. Hey, some people like that. You know.
Okay, so no, I'm obviously gonna have to go with New York.
Daniel Jones. Yeah. All right, Pluggo. I know who I am. I will talk about. Yeah, I'll go either way. You want to talk about thirst picks? I'll go that way too. I don't care.
Yeah, we could rank that.
I'll rank them all right now if you want. I'm comfortable. I know who I am.
Well, I was leaning. I think we're all in agreement that the Giants are going to pull it off here. They're going to get.
Yeah, you know why? Because the Vikings frauds. Anyway,
now is Daniel Jones?
They're not going to win because of Daniel Jones.
Because Kirk Cousins is not so much, or you're like, yeah. So would you now we have to ask in your now a new playoff bracket, Daniel Jones or Justin Herbert?
Oh,
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Justin Herbert has moved on to the TFA third strap.
I would say personally, and she didn't look at the quarterbacks of the previous teams.
She can. We can
go back. I'll fucking redo this right now. I don't give a shit. I'll start over. I'll start over. All right, well, let's go through the last game first, and then maybe we can go back and we'll talk. Well, I mean, I'm down. Because in my opinion, and you know me, I've had 20 years of loving this gentleman. So this match we have, because if she's resorting to the quarterback picks, my man Tom Brady's in this one. So we have the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's sleep on Dak's handsomeness.
Dak is a good-looking guy, but Tom Brady's, come on. What are you talking
about? No, not into it.
Well, that's fine, but you're right.
Now, are you not into Tom Brady because Tom Brady, or are you not into it because...
Yeah, because you were already shitting on my Patriots. So is that a bias coming out of you?
Yeah,
no, he's not my type.
That's fine.
He looks simple, if that's a nice way to put it. Simple.
He looks like a Greek god. What are you talking about? It's Tom Brady.
Like you and I were simple, but he looks simple.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we got Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Tampa Bay to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
I will just throw this out there.
Yep.
The Dallas Cowboys, Tom Brady has never lost to in his career, ever. 22 years, 7-0 against the Cowboys. Just throwing that out there. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play football, the greatest football player to ever play football.
Is it? Oh my God. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
No, you can say it.
This is a safe space.
Yeah, it's a safe space. We're good.
Isn't he a cheater?
Wait, is he? No.
And I'm saying that I know nothing.
No. He was found, but it was things that everybody in the league does. They were just trying to take down the Patriots because they were tired of us winning. And you know what happened? He got suspended, and then we came back, and we still won the Super Bowl. So, it's how we roll.
He's the best. I get it.
The GOAT. Our friend Jeremy Lambert always puts on Twitter, imagine thinking that Bryant Danielson ain't the fucking GOAT. And that's how I feel about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Just go, imagine thinking that Tom Brady ain't the fucking GOAT. And that's just how I feel. So
I believe you. But unfortunately,
she's going Dak.
So wait, I haven't been.
She's about to get rid of him.
Is it right or left? Is it left for good or right for bad or for?
I think if you swipe right, that's a yes. No? Yeah, that's a yes. So swiping left is no. So she's swiping left on Brady. Getting out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I haven't even looked at the quarterback of Tampa Bay because I don't have to. Because I have a real pick for a real reason.
So you're Dallas. You're taking Tampa Bay out. Tom Brady's on Tampa Bay.
No. What? I thought he was in Dallas.
No. Oh my God, I would hate everything if he went to Dallas. I'd be like, why would you go to the worst team?
Buccaneer.
He's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
You know why I thought that? Only because of the color. I'm so dumb. I was like, oh, that's the same color as the other team. That must be the team he's on. Okay, so you and I are on the same wavelength here, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
I'm going Tampa Bay because I fucking love people from Florida. That place is crazy.
It is. They're insane.
So, maybe if they get to the Super Bowl, we can see some, cool, real Florida stuff.
Yeah. We got Kroller saying, don't pick Tom Brady this year. After the Giselle, he hasn't been very oozy. Well, life happens. Sometimes you just got a rough. He just got divorced at the beginning of the year. He's got other shit in his mind. He's got kids. Yeah. Doesn't want to be there. I will say this, though.
Oh.
Yeah, no, go. No, go.
What?
Go. Who you picking?
Oh, I was going to go with Dallas because, I can't imagine them actually blowing it again this year.
What do you mean they blow it every year?
I know.
What makes this year different?
Streaks come to an end, JPJ.
Not against Tom Brady, they don't. Not against Tom Brady.
Lost in Mania, it happens.
We got baby saying a Florida man is the one if you love drama.
And
wow.
I had to pick.
Wow.
I would pick Dak Prescott over Tom Brady. I would swipe right.
You're talking from a
thirst trap standpoint.
Fair. Dak's a good looking guy. That's fair. I'm picking. I'm picking Tom Brady. I'm never gonna not pick against Tom Brady in the playoffs because he usually always wins. So
what would you do? I don't know if this is possible because I don't know how it works. What would you do if it was the Buccaneers
and the
versus
Patriots,
the Patriots?
my loyalty would go with the Patriots.
Would you say kind words about Brady?
Of course. Yeah.
Or would you be like,
here's my thing. The coach should, in my opinion, the coach should have never got rid of Tom Brady. We should still have Tom Brady, and we'd probably still be winning Super Bowls if we had Tom Brady. Because that's just how it worked. Tom Brady could wake up out of bed and go 12-4. That was it. Didn't even matter. Didn't even matter what the schedule was, who we were playing. 11-5, 12-4. Just getting out of bed. It was really just about what was happening in the playoffs. But however, I would root for the Patriots because I'm loyal to my Patriot team. However, if Brady won, I would laugh my ass off because that would be him telling Belichick, like, yeah, you shouldn't have got rid of me, dickhead. And he shouldn't have.
he didn't want to go? They traded him?
They let him leave. He wanted to stay. He had his whole career here. He should have stayed here the whole time. He shouldn't be on a different team. But he wanted to stay. But Bill Belichick, who is arguably the greatest football coach of all time, was like, no, I'm done with you. You've been here for 20 years. We got to start going younger. You're done. And Brady was like,
the year that he left, they lost?
The Patriots, the year that he left, he went to Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. They won the whole thing.
Hilarious.
Exactly. I was
that.
laughing my ass off. And that was one of those
stuff going on in the NFL,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And like, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, good. You deserve that, Bill, for letting the greatest player to ever play football leave for no reason. Why did you do that? My heart broke. Bullshit. Anyway, you said you were at that Bengals family who was crying at the Super Bowl. I cried when Tom Brady left. Grown-ass man. I was like 35, grown-ass man in my kitchen fucking crying because my quarterback, the best player I've ever seen, I would – damn it. Oh, I'm still angry about it. I'm still like, it ruins my soul. That's a one-in-a-generation type player. Did Derek Jeter leave the Yankees? Even though Derek Jeter is overrated. But did Derek Jeter leave the Yankees? No, he did not. Played for the Yankees the whole time.
Do you ever think they'll bring him back?
There was a rumor earlier this year because he is apparently not happy in Tampa. He wants to get out of there. So everyone's like, where's he going to go? San Fran, all this stuff. But there was a rumor about midway through this. I don't think it's going to happen. Midway through the season that said that Brady might have interest in returning. That might be true. Belichick will never take him back. Belichick would be like, nope, I got to win without you. Because you won without me, so now I have to win without you to prove that it wasn't you, it was me.
Where's this Belichick from?
Where was he born?
Yeah, like
I want to say New York. It's either New York or like, hold on.
That's like a very like.
Belichick's also old. He's like 72.
Yeah.
Old. But he won 6 Super Bowls. But they did. Here's the thing. As a Patriots fan, they needed each other. Everyone always tries, and this is the media and what we do here, but everyone always tries to go, well, was it Bill or was it Brady? Like, what was it? And everyone always says, well, Bill has never really won anything without Tom, and Tom won without Bill. I understand that, but they needed each other. Bill wouldn't have won 6 Super Bowls without Tom Brady, and Tom Brady wouldn't have won 6 Super Bowls without Bill Belichick. And it was each other. They needed to run into each other.
I'm just happy this week it's not me getting you fired up. I'm
upset.
I'm just sitting back going, this is my kind of show.
I am upset.
Is this upset? I don't mean to upset you.
No, not like that. No, I don't. No, it's sports upset. It's not.
How much money does Tom Brady make? Does he make more now than he did in the Patriots?
Oh yeah, he routinely. And again, this is another thing that I don't think the average NFL fan appreciates from Tom Brady. He was the best quarterback in the league every year, and he was like the 14th or 15th highest paid quarterback in the league every year because he took less money. No, he took less money so the team could be better. Every year. He was like a middle of the road. He was getting paid what like the bottom feeders, like again, to us, it's a lot of money. He was getting paid like fucking $15 million a year. Like that's a lot of money.
That's what the middle of the road makes.
Oh yeah, the top quarterbacks make about 30 a year 50. Around there.
And
Patrick Mahomes, who is like the best in my opinion, the best player in the league, best quarterback. He makes $50 million a year.
What?
50. Yes.
I would literally play for 1 year and be like, bye.
Yeah, see you later. I'm out. Yeah. So he signed Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year deal for $500 million. 10 years, $500 million.
Holy shit.
And he signed that at like 24 years old. He was like, okay, you give me $500 million to play football. You fucking kidding me?
All the endorsements.
Yeah, and that's not including the endorsements because he's the best player. So he's got all what? Oh my God. Anyway, it's too much money.
You know, I respect that about Tom Brady because, like, what are you going to do with all that money? I feel, I mean, this is maybe we talked about, there should be a cap with how much money you can possibly make doing anything.
I agree.
After that,
yeah, you don't need that much.
You don't
need that much.
You don't. It's gross.
You're never going to spend that much. Why the hell do you need it? All right. Give it a, but yeah. So for all that time, Brady took less money just so we could spread the wealth around and have a good team, which is why we won so much. Because Brady was like, I don't need $30 million a year. Pay me 15 and use that other 15 to get me some receivers and bulk up the defense and do all that.
Yeah. Just 15. Just give me 15.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Yeah. And there we go. It was reminiscent of Michael Jordan. Correct. Jordan wasn't the highest paid player in the NBA when he was at his height either.
He made $35 million.
Yes, but that was from it. No,
like look that up.
I know he did. I'm telling you, but his endorsements and the stuff is where Jordan made the money. That's what
How much did Connor McDavid make? If anybody,
hockey players are paid the least of all the four.
By far. Like
by far.
I think he makes like.
Yeah, Dojo says only the last 3 seasons he was paid $35 million a year, but when he was at the he wasn't making the most money in the league. He was just the best player, and he was like, "Get me capable people around me, and we'll win every year." And they did. Connor McDavid, I bet you he makes. It's got to be in the teens.
I can't Google anything because I'll just
12 something. Like, can you imagine Connor McDavid making $12 million? That's, I mean, in sports, that's nothing.
Yeah, 12.5 million a year for the next 3 years. That's what he has. Yeah.
Does he make that every year?
Every year. He makes that every year. So
still, it just doesn't seem like a lot.
I mean, but like it's crazy. Like, yeah, you have baseball players signing $40 million, $35-40 million a year contracts. You have basketball players signing $35-40 million. It's just wild.
You know who should make more money? Wrestlers.
Correct.
Agreed.
Yep.
Pay the wrestlers more. Yep.
All right, but anyway, all that to say that I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. All that. Sorry. I have had some battles on the interwebs about Tom Brady and the Patriots in general. I'm a better man now. I'm a grown man. But
to update the fans on what's really important is TFA, you went with Dak Prescott, I guess, by default because you ruled Tom Brady out. So now is it Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert?
Okay, I gotta Google. What's his name?
Dak, D-A-K. There's no C in there. I don't know why I thought there. I'm having a day. Dak Prescott.
Yes.
Justin Herbert.
No,
huh?
You like Dak over Herbert?
Yes.
Herbert has been dethroned. We got Dak in the drive.
Do me a favor. Look up Josh Allen, will you? I want your opinion on Josh Allen.
Well, you look
and then I want your opinion on Joe Burrow too, because he's a stud himself.
What about Lamar Jackson?
He's not playing.
He's playing the Bengals.
Yeah, no, but he's not playing. His knee's still fucked up. So he's
out. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I must not missed that one.
Pay attention, please.
So they're playing Huntley.
There you go. We got Hab Guy popping in there.
Hab
Guy's here. He said, I know I'm late, but better late than never. That is true. And he also says he's picking the Jags to win the whole thing.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, wait. Lamar got cleared. Maybe he is playing. I read a report earlier today that said that his knee was still unstable.
Wouldn't that be something if the Jacksonville Jaguars won the Super Bowl? The WWE
would have to give them a belt. Have to give the Khans a belt.
Everybody a belt. They'd have to give Tony Khan a WWE champion.
That'd be incredible. And you know what he should do? He should bring it out on Dynamite and throw it in the trash.
And say, you know what? Or you know what? Tony Khan should start gifting an AEW World Championship to everybody. Let's get some real shit.
No, but that would be a straight, that's a straight copy.
Bring it on.
And there you go. Here we go. Yeah. And Bebe mentioned this earlier, but the Khans are interested parties in buying WWE, which would be wild. How you looking at Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Bills?
I'm still going this Dak guy.
Okay. All right,
Dak's the leader in the club.
fair.
Yeah.
What about Joe Burrow? This is the last one. Joe Burrow, Burrow. He's the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Joe Burrow's a stud. No? So you're going with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, 100%.
Fair.
All right,
I like
correction.
it. I like it.
Dak, if you're watching, which we know you are,
Obvi.
slide into those DMs.
Oh,
We'll make
no.
sure she checks them on time because you're busy this weekend. So your dating window is very small.
Yeah. And then we got some breaking news. Dojo says TFA helps sell out the next WrestleCore show in Vancouver, January 20th.
Woo!
And then Spencer says, and the next LPW event, the Blue event, on January 27th.
Is it sold out already? Or still very, very, very close? Because like my friends got to get on getting their tickets
They
still.
gotta get the list. You don't have a list?
Do you command a list? What does your dressing room need?
Yes. Do you have green M&Ms? Like what's your dressing room requirements?
You know, I don't have a list. I think I put my mom and my aunt on it one time.
You go.
But
Spencer said as limited as they come, by the way. That's what Spencer said.
You don't say Spencer.
Oh, less than 20 tickets left total.
WI top 150 wrestler. I need Evian water in my room. Diet Cokes chilled to the perfect temp.
Yeah,
Whatever.
the miniature ones, the little ones. I don't
Yep.
want this canned. I want the little ones.
Yeah.
Last time you were on with me, we got your bar tab paid for. So let's work some magic tonight and see if we can spend a little bit of Spencer's money and get those.
Yeah, Spencer. What can you give me, Spencer?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's get some
Spencer,
requests.
the ring with Reed Matthews. Come on now.
Yeah, that deserves
Something. So whatever
I'm
you
gonna need a cocktail after that, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of those ones you wake up the next day and you're just like, ow.
we're trying to get our girl paid. That's all. That's all we're trying to do.
Spencer saying TFA, you know why I shut down the open.
I do know why, and that's why I was nervous to bring it up. But you know I pay my bills.
Yeah, and then Spencer says, I love my friends, but I also love paying my mortgage. that's what he said. Oh,
maybe
man.
is that what it is? Is that why he yells at us every week? Is because he's real? I didn't know he had like real world bills and stuff.
No, what'd you think? He just what do you think? He just sleeps at the rec room?
He just
lives at the rec room? Like what do you think? Yeah.
I just thought Spencer was just like he just slept at the rec room. I just thought he had FU money. Like
no, he disappears and all the wrestlers show up and we stand around and we all have to say, "Hey, friends," 3 times.
And then he
And
just
then he just appears.
There you go. He says, I have only twice. Only twice he has. So, oh, man. What a time. All right.
We got one more game. No, is that the game? That was it?
That's it. That's all the games.
That's on Monday.
We have 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, 1 game on Monday.
I hate that.
That's the slate.
Hate it.
Yeah. I don't know why they're doing a Monday game for the playoffs. Just
We've
put it all on
decided
Saturday and
that
Sunday.
Dak Prescott is the pick.
He is.
But overall, and I'm not going to follow, so you guys are going to have to tell me if this happens.
Oh, we will.
My number 1 pick for the whole Super Bowl, the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
Wow. That would be incredible.
That
would be an incredible scene.
I don't even know what's the quarterback's name for Miami Dolphins right now.
Skylar Thompson, I believe, is the one that's going to be starting.
I'm really going for the Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
I said I'm trying to manifest. So let's see if it works. Because if they are as you guys seemed very shocked, if it works and they win the Super Bowl, we know I've got the powers.
Listen, Mike McDaniel is the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and he's not even picking the Miami Dolphins.
You never know. You never know.
Bracket going.
Yeah. But on that note, I'm going to listen to Spencer. Well, I was going to do it anyway, but this is where TFA, I'm going to have you put yourself over. Obviously, thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate you and dealing with our nonsense of my internet dying, Pluggo's internet dying, and all the hell that broke loose here. Well, you were just chilling in the background, like I'm just fucking let me know, man.
She DM'd me. She goes, "Should I just leave?"
Yeah, you're like, no.
not like log out? And then
My
log-
power went out. I text Pluggo immediately. I'm like, power just went out. And he's like, I can't get in. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
It's just a
And
blank.
I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, stall, bro. And then I come on here after 5 minutes and the whole screen's black and you're just chilling down there. I'm like, this poor person. She's
What
like,
would-
what the fuck is going on?
Because you have to, if you don't have access in StreamYard, you can't just jump in and out of StreamYard
No.
let in.
Yeah.
So nobody let you in at that point because it died during the introduction. What if we would have like both dipped out and you're just on screen? How would you have killed time for that 5 to 10 minutes to figure it out?
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's hilarious.
Maybe a little karaoke number.
Hey,
Oh, that would have been a big hit. That would have been good. That would have been
What's
good.
your
What's your
go-to
what's your all right, before we get out of here, what's your go-to karaoke song?
I got a couple go-to karaoke's.
Okay.
If I'm a duetting, I'm like a big fan of Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Okay.
9-minute
I
songs.
know that's a long one. That's one of those ones where if everybody's behind you, they're like,
like, bro.
Yeah.
come on, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I also like Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock Picture.
Yeah.
Classic. I also like to do a little Salt and Pepper, Bjork. I'm all
Salt
over
and Pepper, what a man or push it? What are you doing?
none of your business.
None of your business. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, very good.
I feel like Salt and Pepper, they underrated. They don't get talked about enough.
hugely.
Early 90s, they were like the shit.
What do you mean? I use it every day.
No, they were the shit, but they also are just badass people who had actual
Yeah, Spencer is saying ask TFA about her rendition of Picture. I saw it with Stephen Crow and it was excellent.
yeah. We like to do little dances and songs.
Yeah. Speaking of karaoke, he mentioned it earlier, but when Spencer and I were in Las Vegas for SummerSlam weekend of last year, 2021.
Yeah.
He drunkenly sang karaoke with Nick Gage
And lived to tell about it.
Barely. At one point he went over there to try to get him to high five him or something, or try to get him to and Nick Gage looked at him and he was like, no, man, I'm good.
I'll kill you.
And Spencer knew. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to singing over here. But it was it was good. He did very well. It was a very good performance. Got a standing ovation after it ended. That's how good.
What do you guys think of Nick Gage?
I'm not a super duper death match guy. I watch death matches. I think when presented well, I like death matches. But that guy's he's like a cult hero. The people that love that guy. You know what I mean? And
his fans scare me more than he scare me. They're a rabid bunch. Have you ever done a death match, TFA?
No.
Would you? If presented does that appeal to you at all?
It doesn't appeal to me. And I used to do a hard no, hard no. Now it's no, I don't think so. But I don't know, to be honest with you. The more I'm wrestling, the more I want to try different things.
Yeah.
I've done some things I thought I never would do. I've gone through a table.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm still challenging myself.
I'm still figuring it out. Yeah.
Your tournament of death.
Yeah.
Counting.
I respect Nick Gage, and the matches that I've seen from Nick Gage are good, and the way he commands an audience and commands a room.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes out at those GCW shows, those people, like I said, those people, he's a god there. Those people adore him, and it's cool as shit. They all sing his entrance. They say the whole, where's my gang? They say the whole thing with them, and the entrance of his the announcer announcing him. The whole crowd says it's a very cool, and I've seen it live once. He didn't wrestle in a death match, but I saw the entrance live once. Yeah. And it was amazing to see. It was man, this is these people are rabid, rabid.
Mm-hmm.
And that type of wrestling, it's hard to get to that level where you're a known commodity in the wrestling world when you are strictly a deathmatch person. I feel
very niche. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very niche, but he's he main evented a Dynamite last year against Jericho. That's wild. And it's just
Gage, in case he hears this, dude, you're the man.
No, I met him. He seemed nice. He shook my hand. But Yeah, so I have major respect because it's a very niche thing and it's not something that usually gets mainstream-ish attention. And for somebody to rise to that level from that world to the level that Nick Gage is in, like it takes a special kind of person to do that because he's really the first one that's kind of really, really rose to that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, TFA, let the people know where they can follow you on the social medias. Let the people know. Obviously, we know end of the month, January 27th, LPW 11. We broke the news to you on this show earlier. Let me show the graphic again that the match will be Taryn from Accounting versus Reed Matthews. So we know you are booked for that, but where else can people see you, find you on the interwebs and wrestling?
Well, I will be January 20th at WrestleCore, sold out. If you didn't get your tickets, too bad for you. But that's at the Rickshaw Theater, and that's going to be a really super fun show. LPW on the 27th.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, back in Vancouver, I think on the 4th of February. And then we're doing a really fun boom show on February 18th. That's going to be super fun, super awesome. We got some really fun like angles going on. We're going to get the company from my boss, Mr. Fines.
Wow. All right. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be
Awesome.
good.
All right.
But
Well,
then
make sure.
also, if you want to see me like and hang out with me, sign up for Clandestine Society's mini camp, please, because the spots for that actually are very limited this time, or the spots that are available, because we have so many people who have signed up already. And I don't think we're going to have a mini camp for a little while after, like, you know. So if you're interested in like trying out wrestling and seeing if it's for you, or just meeting cool people, doing something different for the weekend, like it's really awesome to me to see the people who come to our mini camps who are just like, no, I just came for the weekend, like, and they'll just come to the mini camps because it's not something that they can like commit to, but because it's so fun, they just keep coming back. Anyways, but yeah, sign up for our mini camp if you haven't already, and come and try to be a wrestler because it's so much fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
I've always thought about just seeing one day. I don't think I could ever do it. Like,
no, I know I couldn't.
Yes,
one day just to see what the camp would be like. Just take a few.
I would take the first bump. The first bump. Maybe hey, take a back bump. I go, okay. And I do it once and go, nope. All right, I'm good. I can be a manager. You want me to be a cocky manager? I can do that. Nope, not doing that.
It sucks at first. Once you learn how to
get used to it, though. And then I assume, like, it starts, I don't know if it ever, does it ever feel good?
Yeah.
So, like, kind of like not the same thing at all, but like, after you start going and getting in a routine and going to the gym, you wake up the day after you go to the gym and you're achy, but it's a good ache. You're like,
totally.
I did well. Like that same kind of feeling.
I mean, like, getting thrown onto your back or like, you know, falling on your back.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Sometimes, but then other times you're just like, please kill me.
Yeah, I'm done here. I need a week off. I need a week off. My back hurts.
Kill me.
Yeah, my knees, my back. I'm dying.
That's what
Ophelia says 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and TFA kicking asses. That's
honestly, who is this Ophelia? Because
she has a season ticket for LPW, so you'll have to.
She's the best.
She's got a season ticket for this year. Like you gotta arrange a meeting.
Yes, Ophelia, please come and find me next show because you have been my favorite commenter all night. You're like fixing all my idiocracies. There's another one. Fix that one.
Yeah.
It's like without Ophelia, some of the nonsense we spewed, like she corrects all of it all the time. She's like
our. Yeah. Spencer says we will introduce on the 27th. Ophelia is wonderful. And then Ophelia says,
I like know you to.
I bet you. Yeah. Once they introduce you, be like, I see you at all the shows. I know who you.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? Incredible.
I want to meet you in person.
Building relationships here on Between Two Beards. That's what we do.
Prescott TFA, Justin Herbert TFA, Ophelia and TFA.
Yeah, getting me dates with all the famous football players that are definitely watching right now.
Yes,
Of course.
100%.
Of course. All right, Pluggo, do the thing. Tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people where they can find us before your internet goes out again.
Hopefully, yeah, you can find us here next week at 8 o'clock. My God.
What kind of
I'll be doing
unbelievable
the Sunday brunch gimmick this week with whoever's going to show up for Love Wrestling. So you can find some more bearded love there on Sunday at 1 o'clock. You can find me at Pluggo _ on all the social medias. Dog sighting. You can also find me repping my Dom gang every day. But the show page, Between Two Beards, at B2Beards on all social medias. Stay tuned. JPJ and I are tossing around a bunch of ideas. We keep up there. You know what it is. JPJ, you finish us off, baby.
Yeah, I want to say we got Crawler saying
what's going on.
TFA 116 says I just audited your ass. And I think earlier he said that and he was like, put that on a shirt. So I wanted to acknowledge that. That's funny. Yeah, you can find me at Joseph_Poulin Jr. right next to my name in the box there on the Twitter machine. And you can also find me at JPJ Loves Gaming. Over on the Twitch, we started The Last of Us. I'm very excited for The Last of Us TV show that's starting this weekend. It looks like it's going to be incredible, and those games are two of the better games I've ever played, so we started playing that because I'm excited. So give me some love over there. It's always a good time. And obviously, you can find me here at Love Wrestling on Firmly AEW earlier on Thursdays where we talk about Dynamite and all things AEW. And every Thursday night here with this guy, my partner in crime. And then we have these special guests all the time, like TFA, and we had Warren on a couple weeks ago. We've had MRB on here. We need to have Crow on here, Steven, to complete the society guests. That's what we need to do, because we've had MRB, we've had you, Taryn, multiple times. We need to get Steven on here for an episode. That's something we need to make work.
He's so funny. He's probably the funniest person I've ever known.
I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah. Put in a good word. We'll try to get something soon because I would love to have that person on here too. We are going to be rating our friend Pollo Del Mar.
Nice.
So stick around. Say hi to them. The Last of Us show was filmed in Edmonton. That is a true story. It was filmed in Edmonton. It takes place, at least if they're sticking to the game starts in Boston and makes its way to Philly and then goes that way. I don't know if they just filmed in Edmonton, but they made it look, I don't know, or if it actually is Edmonton, but they did film the whole show in Edmonton. So that is a fun fact for you. Edmonton. What do you call people from Edmonton? Are you like Edmontons?
Edmontonians.
All right.
I don't like that.
So I learned something new today. I'm glad I asked because I was just going to say something. I don't know. But yes, give us some love. Thank you, TFA, for being here. Thank you, Taryn. Always a pleasure. I'm glad that we were finally able to share the screen. Pluggo wasn't lying when he's saying I've been bitching about it since. You got her when I wasn't there, man? Come on, dude. Come on.
I said you went on vacation. I
said, look, great get. I said, great get, bro. That's a good one. But damn it, man. Come on.
Oh, you guys are the best. We do have to have, take a break from me. You're allowed to see other people. But we do have to have like a Seinfeld night.
Oh, I'm in on that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Easy.
1,000%. Easy.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
We can have you back on and do that. We don't have to talk wrestling at all. We can just that.
Straight up.
Yeah. Let's
book it. Sorry.
Book it. It's getting booked. We're going to figure that one out. But for Taryn, for Taryn, for Pluggo, I'm JPJ. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. You kept the conversation going. We love you, and we thank you for being here. Until next week, you know the drill, everybody.
Mommy gets what mommy wants.
Peace out.
I'm taking a picture.